in. Mike Laureano is here. Is that how we say your last name?
No, it's close though. Mike Laureano.
Laureano, okay. Mike Laureano is here, and he is a musician, as you can see from his guitar.
I'm knocking down everything
Nah,
in the
that's
studio.
okay. I didn't know if we needed to set up or not. We're just going to move some stuff over. Mike Laureano. All right. So you are a local musician, and you have a new album out. How cool is this? Tightrope.
Tightrope.
This, I'm excited. I was reading about it. I was reading some of the descriptions behind your music, behind your songs, a little bit about your inspiration. But before we get to the new album, tell me a little bit about yourself, a little bit about where you've come from and how you got to be where you are.
Sure, yeah. I'm born and raised in Fall River, Mass. And I started playing when I was about 15, playing in the streets of Newport, busking in front of the Black Pearl for, nickels and quarters and stuff. And eventually I started playing in the clubs, paid my way through college, singing in the clubs of Newport, elsewhere. And then I joined RISA, the Rhode Island Songwriters Association, and started writing songs. And eventually I kind of got out of the cover song thing, and I play in coffee houses now.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And you do have a show coming up, a coffee house show, March 18th, Circle of Friends Coffee House. That is in Franklin, Mass. The doors open at 7:30. The shows start at 8 if we do want to see you.
Right.
So you've had 3 albums out, one in 2013, one in 2015, and then Tightrope you just released. So tell me a little bit about Tightrope.
Yeah, the songs, it was inspired by the famous French high wire walker Philippe Petit. And he did a couple of famous walks. Probably his most famous one in the movie is called Man on Wire, is in '74 when he walked between the Twin Towers. And that was his highest walk. And his longest walk was when he walked, in 1987, he walked across the Ben Hinnom Valley in Jerusalem, which is referred to as the Valley of Hell, separates the Arabs from the Jews. And during that walk, as a symbol of peace, he let a dove go in the middle of the valley. And both, sides, the Arabs and the Jews, were very tense. Everybody was pretty, And when he got to the midpoint, released the dove flew up in the air, and then it landed on his head. So the entire valley they started loosening up, and then something beautiful and magical happened. Both sides sort of let their differences down, and they pulled together. And as Philippe finished the rest of the walk, they started clapping in unison to his footsteps, and sort of, inspired him to the finish line. Wow. So when I heard him do that TED Talk, Philippe Petit did a TED Talk, and he gave a dramatic, reenactment of this valley walk. It sort of inspired the song, and so that's perhaps I'll be able to play that song live here.
Sure.
For you, yeah.
I'll let you choose which song you
I'll
want
do
to play.
that, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's inspiration for that. What other kind of music do you like to play? You're a folk artist. What's some of the inspiration for other songs? I was looking at some of the inspirations. Brother Leonard is another song on this.
Yes, obviously Leonard Cohen's the famous poet, and he died this November, and so I just sort of wrote a tribute to him, and that's on the record. I don't have much to say about that. You have to hear it. I write a lot about my family. I write about growing up in Fall River, sort of the gritty background. My mom's French Canadian, my dad's Portuguese. They were all mill workers. So a lot of the songs deal with some of that upbringing. Dig a little deeper about my grandfather working for the WPA, things like that. And scattered throughout the other 2 CDs I've done, there are songs about I probably pruned the entire family tree. A song about my father, my mother, my grandfather, my grandmother. Maybe about you next time.
Oh, hey, I'll take it.
And you and Kate, sure.
Sure.
I'll call a local song.
Oh,
next
I'd
time.
like that.
Yeah.
Is it easy for you to write songs?
It's easier for me to write the melodies than it is to write the lyrics. Lyrics are a lot tougher, because they just are. And so I spend a lot more time working on that than I do probably on the melodies, which comes up fairly easily for me, luckily. The Rhode Island Songwriter Association has workshops where we can critique one another. I also belong to a songwriting group in New York City that I go to. And so, between my wife, who's probably my greatest editor, has a good sense of
in a good way or bad way?
No, in a very good way.
That's good.
It's hard for her to do it, but I usually trust her. She has a good meter for BS meter, so she'll tell me if I'm going to go into cliche jail or not. So she's usually my first line of defense, and then I'll go down and play this for as many different people until I finally arrive at what seems to be honest, something that's honest, hopefully.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you said melodies come easy to you. Do you find yourself just kind of strumming along or humming something and you think, I like that? Or how does that process work for you? Because I am not musical at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting when people, it's just something comes naturally.
Typically, I try not to sit at the piano or the guitar. I try to walk around, go for a walk, you know, and sing something. So it has it passes the whistle test. In other words, if you can sing it and without any accompaniment, then by and large it should have a decent melody. And if not, then you work that out. But then you go back to the guitar. At least this is my method. It's not the right method. And then you go back to the guitar or the piano and you figure out the chord structure for that. And then you may tweak it here and there. But that, like I say, that's something that's I'm a little more natural. I have a natural tendency to do. But the words are, you know, what do you want to say? I mean, you know, some of these songs here are about political things, like "Shine a Light on Washington." So, you know.
Oh yes, tell me about that song. That I like the background of that. What I've read.
So yeah, my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, who is you know, my wife comes from Berkeley, California, and so her mother in her 90s would sit at her desk and make phone calls and write letters. And I remember when we invaded Iraq in 2003, she was really upset, and she's writing all the letters, making calls. We're like, what are you doing? She says, I'm shining a light on Washington. Gonna let them know that I'm paying attention, not gonna let them off the hook. And you know, it was her way of, you know, expressing her, you know, democracy. So that's where the song sort of takes off from, you know, and so usually when I sing that, I put on my pussy hat when I sing that one live. So I'm not gonna sing that one today because that can ruffle a few feathers.
Not that one.
We'll stick to the safe stuff.
We'll stick to the lifestyle side of things for today. All right. Well, let's let you sing one. See where we're at on time, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna scooch out of the way.
All right.
And which one are you gonna sing for us right now?
Well,
or play for us.
I'll do Tightrope.
Okay. Why don't you scoot over just a little bit? How's right there, Tony?
Perfect.
You're good right there. This is from Tightrope, people.
And if you go on to my website, which is on that little sheet of paper,
okay,
because there's a lot of vowels in my name, there's a video tab that has a video for this song, which
we'll put a link on too.
There you go. Between the twin towers, Philippe walked the high wire. In a universe of clouds, where faith replaces doubt, the crowd looked up at the cold steel wire. When he stepped out, they became a choir. 1,000 voices rose up to his. Together they crossed the abyss. Humanity, a symphony, rise above religion and race. The give and take a tightrope makes, meet in the middle in peace. They strung a wire in Jerusalem, tension high end to end, through the quarters that divide her people. He crossed between them over the valley of hell. They stood apart, the Arabs and the Jews. Philippe balanced above in view. They did not know he would release a dove. They did not know they'd cheer out of love. Humanity, symphony, rise above religion and race. The give and take a tightrope makes, meet in the middle in peace. Thank you.
That was fantastic. So growing up in Newport,
Fall
Fall River, and playing in Newport,
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who are some of your influences?
Well, at the time, I used to go to, drinking age was 18, and so I'm older, a lot older than you. So I would go out when I was probably 17, and so I would see a lot of people in the pubs there singing, and I forget their names actually. I'm trying to give you, but anyway.
I know a little bit about music.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So Cat Stevens, Bob Dylan, Billy Joel, those were sort of the guys in the day in the late 70s who were sort of my inspiration. So, I played both piano and guitar, so that's what I would do. But when we played in the streets, we only had about 10 songs because the crowd kept rotating. So
Yeah.
we would just put our guitar case on. We had a friend who was a stooge, so my friend, so he'd walk by and he sort of primed the pump and throw the money in, and some people
I
come
like that.
some people come right up to you and they'd listen and they politely throw money down. But every now and again you get someone about 15 feet away and be playing, and all of a sudden bing bing on your guitar, they'd be frisbeeing money. They didn't want either be seen giving you money or something. So your guitar was all pucked with all these marks because people were throwing coins at you, So, but we took it, whether they threw money at us or not.
You're like, money's money at that point.
So yeah, so I quickly realized that doing that was a lot more, made much more sense than working, in a mill or working at flipping burgers. So that was always my part-time job, was playing music right from that time on, from about 15, 16 on. And I still do it. But there are tens of dollars, as the joke says in folk music, to be made. So
Tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars, yeah, literally. I mean, it's just not you don't make a lot of money at it. It's a vanity sport. I mean, these CDs, and I have my own studio, so luckily I'm able to produce them fairly cheaply. I have friends who play on them and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a great hobby for me.
It's gorgeous too. Gorgeous sound.
Thank you.
Do you want to do one more?
Sure, I'll do a short one. We got the big storm coming tomorrow, but spring is what, the 21st?
It's coming soon.
So I can do one called Spring.
Okay, perfect. I'll let you at it.
Now that the snow is gone, crocuses kiss the sun. The cardinal sings to his fawn in the key of April rapture. Cherry blossoms fill the air, eternal hope everywhere. The muses dance, they draw you near, they lead, you follow after. Spring will have you flying. She'll lift you in her arms. Spring will have you smiling. She's the perfect song. In the dew of the morn, with daffodils she sings along to a mockingbird's lusty song. The month of May is Eden. A cotton dress, a June breeze, a blessed gust reveals her knees. The faintest blush, the sweetest tease, nectar of the season. Spring will have you flying. She'll lift you in her arms. Spring will have you smiling.
And of course, as we get ready for spring, as we get ready for the blizzard that's coming. Thank you so much for joining us. That was gorgeous. What's your favorite thing about playing in coffee shops and playing in front of people?
The connection when it happens, which doesn't always happen, but it's nice every now and again. Sometimes there's a magical moment when, just the right vibe or the right song or everything just happens to sometimes work. Again, like I say, it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't.
But when it happens, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm hoping that'll happen Saturday when I play at the Circle of Friends Coffee House.
And I feel like it's always nice to be able to go somewhere and to listen to live music and be able to make that connection just with an artist and be able to get that feeling.
Right.
Instead of just having people put on their headphones.
Yes. or looking down at their iPhones while you're singing. That's and their faces are lit up. Shouldn't do that.
People probably maybe they're tweeting about you like I was doing.
Oh, is that what you were doing? I thought what you were doing. All right, Molly, you got me on that one.
He's like, this girl is so rude right now.
What's she doing? I don't even know her. I don't like her. No. You were telling people. Okay.
I was tweeting.
See, I don't tweet.
Listen to this song that we have. Really, I was not texting anybody. I was tweeting.
I want to look at her cell phone when we're done.
Go to my Twitter account. How can people get your album? This one or the other 3 that you have on your website? Which I'll put a link to this.
All right. So basically, if you go on my website, there's links to everything you want to know about me and more. Okay. And one of them is CD Baby has the album.
Okay.
And you can listen to all the tracks free. There's videos of the songs, some live videos where I'm playing and things like that. Yeah, I mean it's all there on the website.
Great.
No one ever goes to the website though.
Well, maybe that's what they're doing on their phones in the coffee houses. They're like, how can I find this guy and more? Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks again.
I appreciate